Beautiful day, Patriots. How are you? This is a late update on a video from earlier. I was talking about how to watch Sean Hannity tonight to look for the phrase calm before the storm. I watched a YouTube video, I believe, of Sean Hannity tonight. I believe I watched all of it. There could have been parts that I missed. But I did not see the phrase calm before the storm. But what I did see was Don Jr. Don Trump Jr. was a guest on Sean Hannity tonight. And he used the numbers of 1202 and 1201. And when we go to Q Drop 1202 and 1201, we see Q Drop 1202 is of a palm tree. And 1201, we see it says Trump card coming. Both of these are on the date of 420. We were speaking of the date on the Q drops. Let me make you blush. 5x5? Yeah? No calm before the storm. But then what else I found interesting was that later on he had a guest on the show of a person on the Space Force. Yes? And he was talking about a few things, and one of the things they're saying that he's a whistleblower and he's been fired. I want you to understand and know and realize news is bull baloney. All of it. It's bull baloney. It's to get us to follow an agenda. They vetted and went through and just vetted. What more word do I need to use? The applicants to be a part of the most prestigious, newest program in the Space Force program, and they're saying some guy is already being a knucklehead and has been fired for his own personal belief. When you're in the service, you're not allowed personal belief. They don't fire you from his post and then put you in another post. It's all part of the clown show. He talked about why he is being a whistleblower is because they're saying that America was not founded in 1776. It's more about a white and black, about white privilege or the silly woke, I believe is what the word was throughout the show. But he was saying that America was not founded in 1776, that the Space Force program is teaching its cadets that America was founded in 1699. I'm not here to debate either one of these numbers. I'm saying it's all a bunch of hoopla. That these numbers are all lies, that we don't know the truth. I imagine tonight, I won't even go there with that. We might just hear this word later on tonight. But we did not hear on Hannity the phrase calm before the storm. But I did hear just a lot of just junk. Just junk, just division, and just sadness of how we just always got to fight with each other. And part of that is that, they're trying to tell us the truth. There's probably more truth that we're founded in 1699 than 1776. What was that? I did the quick little math on that. That's, 77 years difference? I did not go to Q Drop 77, but, it's just, The truth in history is not always what we're being told, and they're trying to show us and teach us these things in certain ways, possibly. But it's just more proof of showing how if you go and look for your truth and information from the news or any of this other kind of stuff, it just keeps you in the loss and confusion. Because I want to repeat, it looks like we're getting truth from the news, right? Here's Fox News sitting there saying they've got an exclusive of the brand new Space Force's cadet. Forgive me if I misread and am misquoting Sean Hannity's guest tonight, and that he wasn't part of the Space Force. Because I only watched it once, and I was keying in on a certain word, calm before the storm. But if I'm not mistaken, and if I'm awoke, they're saying that this person was a whistleblower from the U.S. Space Force. And if we're not mistaken, we see, okay, the Space Force is taking pictures like this. They unfortunately all have masks on. There's a real famous picture of Donald Trump, of him also in a V, with him being right there at the center. We did have Donald Trump Jr. on the show tonight. But again, they interview people and vet people and vet people and vet people. So I've been through the Army and the service. They vet you without you even know it. They give you obviously tests, but they observe you in ways that you are completely oblivious, especially when you're a teenager at 18, 19, or 20 years old. Are you kidding? How much life experience do you have in sociology or mind or whatever we want to call it, compared to the government that's sitting there watching you to train you to act a certain way? Does that make sense? So for the Space Force to have, because again, it wasn't like the Space Force was recruiting people off the streets to join their military program, the brand new program. The U.S. Space Force recruited its people from people within the service already, from its officers. I don't know for a fact on this, but I don't think it took an NCO into its program. It was all officers from the Army, Air Force, Marines, Navy, whatnot. It wasn't somebody straight out of high school, straight out of the street that had or straight out of the court system that says go to jail or join the Army or the service. And they said, oh, I'll join the service. And they said, oh, good, you'll put you in the U.S. Space Force. No, these were highly qualified people. It's been less than a year that the Space Force, maybe a little bit longer than a year, that the Space Force has been in service. And we've already got somebody being a whistleblower and fired because they couldn't handle the truth. How ridiculous. How ridiculous. This is why it's so hard for me to follow this. Because I use common sense and logic. I'm told to sit there and watch Hannity, and I'm listening to this kind of crap. How does a man sit there and try to be a part of This is why it's real important to follow Jesus Christ.